Reeve, who played Superman in the 1970s and 80s, died in 2004, a decade after he was left paralyzed by a serious horse-riding accident. His 3 children appear in Superman, the Christopher Reeve story, a new film about his life, which has been tipped for a Best Documentary nomination at next year's Oscars. His son Matthew Reeve said the actor's celebrity status didn't overshadow family life, explaining, "He didn't bring his work home. He was like any other dad." Matthew told BBC One's The One Show on Tuesday, "We had to mind our table manners, eat our vegetables, do our homework, practice piano. But of course, you'd go to the playground and kids would recognize him. He was just a wonderful, wonderful dad." Asked how other children reacted to him, Matthew joked, "Once they got past the initial distinguishment of fiction and reality, and they realized he can't fly, then the disappointment would set in." Many viewers who watched the documentary will already be familiar with Christopher Reeve's story. The US actor was one of the world's most recognizable movie stars, and was thrown from a horse in 1995. The documentary zooms in on how he adapted to a new way of living after the accident, and gained a new perspective on life as a result. It is fundamentally a film about a man coping with disability, but it is also showered with plenty of Hollywood glitz alongside moments of humor. There is archival behind the scenes footage of Reeve filming Superman and a retelling of what a huge movie phenomenon the movie series became. The A-list talking heads in the documentary include Reeve's friends and fellow actors Glenn Close and Susan Sarandon. Reeve's friendship with the late Robin Williams is also heavily represented, with the Mrs. Doubtfire star's jokes lifting the tone throughout the film. Superman even features a trip to the Oscars. Shortly after his accident, Reeve is seen accepting an invitation to appear at the Academy Awards, as he and his team try to figure out whether the trip is even logistically possible. That trip was incredibly important to him, Matthew told the BBC, because it was his first public appearance. He was quite apprehensive about it. He was nervous, but it was also a great source of pride for us. We stayed up very late to watch it. Seeing a person that disabled, a movie star, center stage, in front of such a large audience, made a huge cultural impact. The showbiz anecdotes in the documentary provide chinks of light in an otherwise tragic story about a man who lost his career in an instant. But there are silver linings to be found in the ways Reeve dealt with the aftermath of the accident. It is fascinating to see how his relationships with those around him changed. While his severe physical constraints proved to be an obstacle in many aspects of his life, they paradoxically seemed to improve the relationship with his children, with whom Reeve was able to build a deeper relationship as a result of their focus on conversation, rather than activity. As much as it's a movie about one man's struggle, it's a family drama too. And the way his paralysis shifts their dynamic over the years is enrapturing to watch, said IndieWire's critic Sid DeHant at Black Hub. The actor's injuries are creatively represented by a green substance clearly meant to resemble kryptonite seen gradually covering his bones in reconstructed X-rays. The film has received warm reviews, while its directors recount Reeve's journey with appropriate tenderness. It isn't a hagiography, noted /films Bill Breeden. It consistently reminds audiences that this was a real human being, and not actually a savior from another star. The movie doesn't sugarcoat or downplay how difficult it was for Reeve to transition to being a disabled person, added Carla Hay of Culture Mix. There are plenty of tear-jerking moments throughout the documentary, but there are also many moments of joy and hope. However, the positive critical reaction is no guarantee of an Oscar nomination. The documentary branch of the Academy has repeatedly shed celebrity-led properties in recent years. In the most recent awards season, films about actor Michael J. Fox and musician John Batista both failed to even get into the category. The documentary, which will be released in cinemas on 1st November, received its UK premiere at the London Film Festival on Monday. Alexandra Reeve Gibbons noted. amazing Superman footage from the early years in there. But also they've made it this much